She's a really good commander. I'm going to hack her file and put that in. If she'd gotten angry, shouted, let the others panic, I don't know what would have happened. I told Garathan, I don't like you, but I like the rest of them, and for some reason I don't understand, they like you. Then I put him down. I stepped away. Oversay started toward him and Valescu grabbed his shoulder, but Garathan waved them off. I hadn't even left a mark on his neck. I was still watching them through the camera because it was easier than looking directly at them. My suit skin was torn, revealing some of the joins in my organic and inorganic parts. I hate that. Everyone was still frozen, shocked, uncertain. Then Mensa took a sharp breath. She said, Sec Unit, can you keep Hub System from accessing the security recordings from this room? I looked at the wall next to her head. I cut it off when Garathan said he found out my governor module was hacked, then deleted that section. I have the visual and audio recording transfer from Sec System to Hub System on a 5-second delay. Good, Mensa nodded. She was trying to make eye contact, but I couldn't do it right now. Without the governor module, you don't have to obey our orders, or anybody's orders. But that's been the case the entire time we've been here. The others were quiet, and I realized she was saying it for their benefit as much as mine. She continued, I would like you to remain part of our group, at least until we get off this planet and back to a place of safety. At that point, we can discuss what you'd like to do, but I swear to you, I won't tell the company, or anyone outside this room, anything about you or the broken module. I sighed, managed to keep most of it internal. Of course she had to say that. What else could she do? I tried to decide whether to believe it or not, or whether it mattered when I was hit by a wave of, I don't care. And I really didn't. I said, okay. In the camera feed, Rati and Pin Lee exchanged a look. Garathan grimaced, radiating skepticism. Mensa just said, Is there any chance Hub System knows about your governor module? I hated to admit this, but they needed to know. Hacking myself is one thing, but I had hacked other systems, and I didn't know how they were going to react to that. It might. I hacked Hub System when we first arrived, so it wouldn't notice that the commands sent to the governor module weren't always being followed. But if Hub System's been compromised by an outside agent, I don't know if that worked. But Hub System won't know you know about it. Rati crossed his arms, his shoulders hunching uneasily. We have to shut it down or it's going to kill us. Then he winced and looked at me. Sorry, I meant Hub System. No offense, I said. So we think Hub System has been compromised by an outside agent, Bharadwaj said slowly, as if trying to convince herself. Can we be certain it's not the company? I said, Was Deltfall's beacon triggered? Mensa frowned and Rati looked thoughtful again. He said, We checked it on the way back once we had you stabilized. It had been destroyed. So there was no reason for the attackers to do that if the company was their ally. Everyone stood there, quiet. I could tell from their expressions they were all thinking hard. The hub system that controlled their habitat, that they were dependent on for food, shelter, filtered air, and water, was trying to kill them. And in their corner, all they had was Murderbot, who just wanted everyone to shut up and leave it alone so it could watch the entertainment feed all day. Then Arada came up and patted my shoulder. I'm sorry. This must be very upsetting. After what that other unit did to you? Are you all right? That was too much attention. I turned around and walked into the corner, facing away from them. I said, There were 2 other instances of attempted sabotage I'm aware of. When Hostile One attacked Doctors Bharadwaj and Valescu and I went to render assistance, I received an abort command from Hub System through my governor module. I thought it was a glitch caused by the Med System emergency feed trying to override Hub System. When Dr. Mensa was flying the little hopper to check out the nearest map anomaly, the autopilot cut out just as we were crossing over a mountain range. I think that was it. Oh, right. Hub System downloaded an upgrade packet for me from the satellite before we left for Deltfall. I didn't apply it. You should probably look at what it would have told me to do. Mensa said, Pinley, Garathan, can you shut Hub System down without compromising the environmental systems? And trigger our beacon without it interfering? Pinley glanced at Garathan and nodded. It depends on what kind of condition you expect it to be in after we're done. Mensa said, let's say don't blow it up, but you don't need to be gentle either. Pinley nodded. We can do that. Garathan cleared his throat. It's going to know what we're doing, but if it doesn't have any instructions to stop us if we try, it may do nothing. Bharadwaj leaned forward, frowning. It's got to be reporting to someone. If it has a chance to warn them that we're shutting it down, they could supply instructions. We have to try it, Mensa said. She nodded to them. Get moving. Pinley started for the door, but Garathan said to Mensa, will you be all right here? He meant, would they be all right with me here? I rolled my eyes. We'll be fine, Mensa said, firmly, with just a touch of I said now. I watched him with the security cameras as he and Pinley left, just in case he tried anything. Valescu stirred. We also need to look at that download from the satellite. Knowing what they wanted SecUnit to do might tell us a great deal. Bharadwaj pushed herself up a little unsteadily. Med System is isolated from Hub System, correct? That's why it hasn't been having failures. You could use it to unpack the download. Valescu took her arm and they moved into the next cabin to the display surface there. There was a little silence. The others could still listen to us on the feed, but at least they weren't in the room, and I felt the tension in my back and shoulders relax. It was easier to think. I was glad Mensa had told them to trigger our emergency beacon. Even if some of them were still suspicious of the company, it wasn't like there was another way off this planet. Arata reached over and took Overse's hand. She said, if it isn't the company that's doing this, who is it? There has to be someone else here. Mensa rubbed her forehead, wincing as she thought. Those 2 extra SecUnits at Deltfall came from somewhere. SecUnit, I'm assuming the company could be bribed to conceal the existence of a 3rd survey team on this planet. I said, the company could be bribed to conceal the existence of several hundred survey teams on this planet. Survey teams, whole cities, lost colonies, traveling circuses, as long as they thought they could get away with it. I just didn't see how they could get away with making a client survey team, 2 client survey teams, vanish, or why they'd want to. There were too many bond companies out there, too many competitors. Dead clients were terrible for business. I don't think the company would collude with one set of clients to kill 2 other sets of clients. You purchased a bond agreement that the company would guarantee your safety or pay compensation in the event of your death or injury. Even if the company couldn't be held liable or partially liable for your deaths, they would still have to make the payment to your heirs. Deltfall was a large operation. The death payout for them alone will be huge. And the company hated to spend money. You could tell that by looking at the recycled upholstery on the Habitat's furniture. And if everyone believes the clients were killed by faulty SecUnits, the payment would be even bigger once all the lawsuits were filed. On the cameras, I could see nods and thoughtful expressions as they took that in. And they remembered that I had experience in what happened after SecUnits malfunctioned and killed clients. So the company took a bribe to conceal this 3rd survey group, but not to let them kill us, Oversee said. One of the good things about scientist clients is that they're quick on the uptake. That means we just need to stay alive long enough for the pickup transport to get here. But who is it? Arata waved her hands. We know whoever it is must have hacked control of the satellite. In the security camera, I saw her look toward me. Is that how they took control of the Deltfall SecUnits? Through a download? It was a good question. I said, it's possible, but it doesn't explain why one of the 3 Deltfall units was killed outside the hub with a mining drill. We weren't supposed to be able to refuse a download, and I doubted there were other sec units hiding hacked governor modules. If the Deltfall group refused the download for their sec units because they were experiencing the same increase in equipment failure that we were, the 2 unidentified units could have been sent to manually infect the Deltfall units.